Hi guys, I am here with my vlog for today. I thought I would just make a quick vlog to let you guys know that I went to the doctor today. Yes, I finally got out of the house. I know you guys know I haven't been out since May 1st. Well, I got out of the house today. I went to the doctor. I thought I would get out in the fresh air and it would actually feel good, but it didn't. It was like really stuffy outside and it was really hard for me to catch my breath. Um, and of course my heart was racing and racing from just walking that short distance. I didn't want to take my wheelchair because I thought, it's just a short distance. I can try to walk that far. But it really took my breath away. But I made it. I made it and I made it back home. Everyone was so nice to me there as always. I just love everybody there so much. They're always so nice to me. They're really good people. All of them there are. I love that place. There was a guy, when I was out in the waiting room, I always dread walking in the door because as soon as I walk in, all eyes are like on me because where I'm so big, And this guy, as soon as I walked in the door, he just stared at me. And then I sat down and he just kept staring at me. He was sitting right across from us. He just stared the whole time, making little faces. And Sherm saw him. And Sherm's like, I'm glad he finally got up and left. He just kept staring over here at you. And I said, I know. I saw him. I was trying not to. I wasn't going to say anything to Sherman. I just thought, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just paranoid. But no, Sherm saw it too. It's like that anytime I go somewhere. Usually people are hollering and calling me names. And it's so embarrassing. And I'm not worried about it being embarrassing for me as much as I'm worried about it being embarrassing for Sherm for being with somebody like me, because I don't want him to be embarrassed by being with somebody big and disgusting like I am. So and it's really hard for me to get out and around anyways. I don't have a power chair thingy, so all I got's my regular wheelchair, and it hurts Sherm to push it. It hurts his back, and I can't push it myself. It wears me out so quick trying to push it with my arms or my legs. My heart's pounding in my lungs. I can't catch my breath, and it's just much easier for me to stay in the house and just to stay in away from everybody. Mom keeps trying to get me to come to her house, but I won't even go there because I don't know if she's going to have company stop by, because she does a lot, and her floors are really weak, and I'm afraid I'll fall through her floor as well. That looks like it might be about the same size. Did you have to pay for it? How much is it? How much is it?
One flat rate price.
Yeah, but how much?
I don't know.
I told you to ask.
You won't know until you take it in there.
Because hers said $6.50.
You won't know until you take it in there and they weigh it. They gotta weigh it.
It's not supposed to be that way. See, we got these things from the post office, these boxes that are already, like, they got different sizes, and it's supposed to be one price no matter how much you put in it.
One rate, any weight.
See, one rate, any weight. That's what I told you. That's why I said, ask him how much it would be. Can you go back?
No.
Because I need to know how much money to save out.
I've got it right here in my pocket.
Yeah.
Whatever you got.
Because every time Sherm goes to the post office and I try to send out a package, they always like charge really high a price for it. They always want to send it, you know, like same day shipping or something. And he don't know they're doing that. And we can't afford that. And my friend sent me a package for my birthday, which she just sent out for me. My makeup's falling. Oh, it fell. Last month, or I got it at the end of the month here. And it's this size box. And that's the same size Sherm got, I believe. And it costed her only $6.50 to send this out. But I'm thinking they told me when I saw a box this size at our post office, she said it was going to be $15, $16. But I saw her postage stamp on there that I took off where she only paid in Chillicothe $6.50. So I don't want to, because I've only got $13, I think, to my name for the rest of the month, and I was just going to use that to send out Kelly's birthday present in a box. I wanted to send it out last month because last month was her birthday, in August 26th, and but I didn't have the money, and now I've only got $13 left after paying all the bills and getting Dottie's medicine from the vet and getting trash bags and all that fun stuff, you know, you got to get every month, every other month. And see these envelopes? Bubble wrap padded envelopes. That's what I send Kelly's packages in. And don't want to show you her address here, but you can see the back of it. I always write stuff on the back of it. God bless. No, thank you. All that. So the postal carrier can see it. Please handle with care. Thank you. God bless. I put little hearts on it. But they charge so much at the post office just to send one of these out. And it's not heavy. Like one time I only mailed out like a little thing of jewelry that I made, a little small stone. And they charged over almost, what was it, over $3 for that, and they sent it like same day or next day shipping. So it's so aggravating when you know that they're charging you for that when you just want to send it the cheapest way, you know. Because I've only got $13, I believe. Sherm just put it here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got $12 to work with. That is all I've got to my name till next month. And I was going to use what all of it. I was hoping not to go over that amount to send her package out. Because if it does, I'm going to have to wait till next month in order to get it out again. So if it said $6.50 for her box, and her box was pretty heavy because she had me a glass jewelry box in there, which was beautiful, and all kinds of stuff, and mine shouldn't be as heavy as hers, I wouldn't think. So if she got to ship hers out for $6.50, shouldn't it be $6.50 for mine too, since it's a flat rate, no matter how much it weighs? Same size box should mean it's the same price then at our post office as it is in Chillicothe. So Sherm was supposed to ask them when he was there, but he forgot. That was the whole point of going. I always gotta write everything down. But we took Dottie with us today because we couldn't leave her here, because if we did she would bark and some of our neighbors would complain. I'm starting to get a headache. I forgot to tell my doctor. Shoot. I forgot to tell her about the migraine shots. I don't know whether to call back in there or not. But but on my paperwork, it looked like she had given me the refill and tablets. I was going to tell her that the migraine shots that she gave me were working really great, that I loved them to death. They were helping so much better than the pills. When I get one, I give myself the shot, and it starts taking the pain away shortly after. I don't know how I've lived without them all these years, to tell you the truth. Like, where have I been? Where have you been? I've been suffering as a child, ever since I was a child, with severe migraines, and here you are, a miracle shot. And I forgot to mention it. I knew I should have written it on my list, but I forgot. I didn't ask about the diet pills because I was afraid to. I thought, well, we're talking about so much stuff already. You know, I don't want to take up more time or more of her time. So I just didn't even mention it, and I thought, well, I don't know. Every time I take something over the counter, like SlimFast, nobody believes me. But the people that have been around me when it's happened know it's true, like Sherm and my aunt and uncle. I have not had a period since I was 19 years old, okay? You guys know this, because I got PCOS, for one thing. And I won't bleed at all. But if I start drinking SlimFast, even just one can, I will start feeling really, really weak and dizzy, like I'm going to pass out. And it makes me bleed severely. I bled so much that one day, I didn't go nowhere. I was at an auction with my aunt and uncle, and I had drank a can of SlimFast before I went. I started feeling so sick, so weak. They were saying how pale I was. I didn't know I was bleeding at the moment. And I got home, and I about fell in the door. I barely made it to the bed and collapsed on the bed. And then I seen there was blood everywhere. I was bleeding so bad, blood clots and everything. And I just laid there. I thought for sure I was going to lay there and die. I thought for sure I was going to die that day. That was before, you know, I was afraid to go to the doctors and everything. So I thought for sure, I'm dead. I'm definitely dying here. I'm going to bleed to death. It was bad. So, and I thought it can't be from the SlimFast. So I tried it again months later. Exact same thing happened. Every time I drink a can of SlimFast, a SlimFast shake, it does that to me. Now, why would it do that? I don't know. And I tried taking a diet pill that was supposed to be all natural, a capsule. Paid $40 for the bottle. This was years ago when I had a job. I was working at Trim Systems then. I was working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And but I wished I was able to work again. But I was working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and my friend took these diet pills, and she told me about them. So I went and bought some at GNC, and it was $40 a bottle. And I forget what that was called. It's been so long ago. It's been like 15 years since I worked there, because I quit working when my niece was born so I could take care of her. And she's 15 now, so I had jobs after that. But I mean, I quit that job 15 years ago. And they made my heart race really super bad. And I couldn't catch my breath. It made my heart race so bad that I couldn't breathe. So I couldn't take them. So I just, she bought them off of me, or I gave them to her. something, so she took the rest of them. So I never did buy any more diet pills because I was always afraid that'd make my heart race like that again. And it was supposed to be all natural. And I'm like, how can something all natural make your heart race and stuff like that? I don't know, but the Slim Fast, I swear, Sherm knows it, my aunt and uncle know it because they've seen it. I don't know what it is, but every time I drink it, I bleed severely. It's like I'm hemorrhaging to death. And from going to that, where you don't bleed at all, never, oh, it really drains you, I tell you. You feel like you're dying for sure. It's horrible. So I haven't had a Slim Fast in years, to say the least. After I found out that it's definitely what was doing it, that was bye-bye to that. Because I was not going through that again. And, excuse me, I had to get blood work today. Oh, sorry, I'm not used to going out. I got up early. Usually stay up very, very late and get up late, but we went early this morning, which was fine, because I'd rather go early, because then I don't have to worry about running into people, hopefully, and I can get in and out. But the waiting room was packed when we got there. By packed, it wasn't packed. There was 4 people and a little kid when we got there. But to me, it was like packed. You know, it's like there's all around. And I was like, oh, God. That guy just kept staring. I could see him just staring at me. And I thought, he ain't staring at you. He ain't staring at you. Which I knew he was, because he kept making little smart-like noises under his breath. You know, he was right there, right across from us, like diagonal, only like 2 chairs over. He was sitting in front of the window, and he was right here. And then Sherm said that. I'm glad he left. He just kept staring over here. Like I knew it, but I wasn't going to say anything. I was hoping Sherm didn't see it. But yeah, it was really embarrassing. I thought that little kid was going to say something. I love kids to death. It's not their fault. I would not have been mad if that little kid did, because little kids usually do, because you know how they are. They'll say anything. You never know what's going to come out of a kid's mouth. Mommy, she's fat. And the parents, if the parents care, they're usually embarrassed and tell their kid not to say that. I've had the kids say that, and their parents just laugh and say smart-aleck things along with them. But it's never the kid's fault. I never take it, you know, it makes me feel bad, but I never take much offense when a kid says something, because they're just kids, you know. They don't know no better, really. Just like when one of my nieces and nephews told me that their brothers and sisters, their stepbrothers and sisters, didn't like me because of stuff that their mom was telling them about me, you know. They said they hate you. And I said, it's okay. I said, you don't got to worry about me feeling bad. You don't got to worry about that. I said, just go along with them if you want to keep the peace. It's okay. I understand how it is. I'm not going to get mad at you if you talk bad about me with them. I know that you really love me. And I said, I know it's never the kids' fault. It's just the parents that puts this stuff in their head. They're still kids. You know, I don't blame them. I said, even if they hate me, I still love them. I said, but you don't have to. They're like, my nephew was like, I can't take up for you, because then I'll get in trouble if I say something nice about you. I said, you don't got to worry about doing that. Don't feel bad if you have to talk bad about me to keep from getting in trouble. I said, it's okay. I know you love me. I don't want you to get in trouble. You do what you got to do to, keep from getting in trouble and being beat and everything. So, yeah, it's never the kids' fault. Not in my opinion. Kids are controlled by their parents, and they only know what their parents tell them, so I never think it's the kids' fault. It's always the parents' fault. That's my opinion. When they're underage. Now, once they're of age and they know better and nobody can make them do what they want and don't want, then it's not the parents' fault anymore. It's their own responsibility to be their own person. Like, I know some adults will do bad things and they'll blame it on the parents. But, well, that's not true, because I know a lot of people that have really good parents, like my sister and I, and our mom and dad are both they're not evil people. They're good people, okay? But my sister is just like pure evil. She's like the devil in disguise. I mean, you would not even know unless you met her and knew the real her. I mean, she is just, there's no other way to describe it. I don't like to talk about people, and I don't say this about nobody, but she is evil. And I'm not the only one that says that and sees that. Even kids see it, so I'm going to say. It's pure evil. So it's not the parents' fault when the kids are older. Because I know for a fact she wasn't raised that way. Because she's younger than I. I'm the oldest. I was raised with her. I know how we were treated. And we had a good childhood. And my mom did everything for her. Still does everything for her. I'll ask my mom for something. She won't do it. But my sister can ask for 20 things a day. And my mom does it. It's all about her. It's always been all about her. And she treats my mom worse than you'd treat. And she treats my mom worse than she'd treat her worst enemy. And trust me, you don't want to be her enemy like I am now. She does all these evil things, trying to destroy your life. I've had them come over when we lived in, we're in an apartment now, but when we lived in a trailer, the place we lived before this, I upset them. Just over something stupid they got mad at me over. If you don't do whatever she wants, when she wants it done, then I'm done with you. I'm done. That's always her favorite line. I'm done. And you can't see my kids again until they're 18. She always uses the kids against me because she knows I'm the one that raised them since they were babies and how much they love me and how much I love them. That's why she always uses the kids against me. Well, when she was mad at me in one spell, they came over late at night, which we was asleep and didn't know, till we got up the next morning, and I was flipping out. I opened, and this was not Halloween or nothing. Keep in mind, this was not Halloween. I woke up and I opened the door and I was like, oh, I started screaming for Sherm. There was blood all over my car, which was white. My car was white. Blood all over it. Then we went outside, blood all over the front of the trailer. And handprints. And somebody had took a knife and carved 666 on the trailer, on the outside of the trailer. And we called the police, and he had found an empty bottle of Halloween blood. Like I said, this ain't even Halloween. But he found a bottle of that Halloween blood stuff over there in the neighbor's yard. Because my sister was good friends with them. And they were all in it together. Well, he took fingerprints. They kept coming to my house, threatening to kill me and everything else. Always coming over, running their mouths. I couldn't go outside because when I'd go outside, they'd start screaming from across the road, cussing me out, calling me all these fat names. And our neighbors, they would just laugh about it, because they were friends with. It was horrible. It was so horrible. I just stayed in the house all the time, and then everybody talked about me around there because I stayed in the house all the time, so then they said I was crazy. But I couldn't go out because when I did, then stuff like that would happen. And the police officer took fingerprints, and both the people that I know that did it, even when we stopped fighting, they admitted to me that they did, have been in jail recently, but nothing was ever done about it. They always get by with it. They always get by with it. So they keep on doing it. They know I'm an easy target. I'm easy to pick on. They always pick on me and call me a Bible thumper because I love the Lord and I believe wholeheartedly in the Lord, and I tell others, and I'm not afraid to tell others about the Lord. That's how much I love Him. The Lord comes first in my life and always will. And they think it's funny and call me a Bible thumper and tell me when I am around their kids that I better not say anything religious around them because they don't want their kids hearing that crap. But I taught my niece and nephew that I raised since they were little. I taught them about God anyways. And I'm proud to say that my oldest niece, who was always with me, who I watched and took care of since she was born, I'm proud to say she is a Christian now. And she loves the Lord deeply, and she's only 15. She said, I would not even know nothing about Jesus if you hadn't told me. And that makes me feel so good in a way that, it makes me feel really good that I told her and how close she is to the Lord now. It makes me feel like I had a part of it, part of helping her to know the Lord and to grow in the Lord. She is total opposite. Total opposite of what other people in her life is like. She is 100% such a sweet, loving, caring girl. She would do anything for anybody. I love her. And I love my nephew. He would too. He's being brainwashed, though, by someone close to him. He's got a lot of his dad in him. That's what makes me afraid, because I'm afraid he's going to end up going down the same road as his dad and end up taking his life like his dad did when he gets older. Because of what he's going through right now, I'm afraid he's going to end up with the same kind of woman. And I know when he got a woman, when he gets one, he's going to treat her just like his dad did. And she's going to be everything to him. The girl that gets him is going to be very lucky, but I'm afraid he's going to get one that's going to act like, you can pretty much guess who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say on here, but I always pray for them that God watches over them, keeps them safe, and they have happy, healthy lives. I pray that they both end up with good relationships, good jobs. I want them to have good lives because they've had a horrible, horrible childhood and still having to suffer through a horrible childhood. I love all my nieces and nephews very much. I hope they all end up having good lives. The other ones are all lucky to have good childhoods. It's just, yeah. That's about all I'm going to say. The last thing I'm going to say about it is, you can fool people. It's easy to fool man, but you can't fool God. God knows what's in your heart. He knows what you're really thinking and what your true motives are. And you will have to answer to God one day. You can call me a Bible thumper if you want. I'm proud to say that I love the Lord with all my heart, mind, body, soul, and strength. And I will love Him like that till the day I die, till I take my last breath. And I will pray for you that one day you will know Him just as well, so you don't end up in hell for eternity. So don't hate, you guys. If someone's being mean to you, and you know they're being mean to their children, and you've tried to do something about it and nothing's ever being done, pray for them. Pray for them. Turn it over to God. Don't try to seek revenge. Just pray for them. What would Jesus do? Remember that. What would Jesus really do? Ask yourself that. And then, before you think about acting, because it's very easy to act in anger. So you don't want to, you just want to be alone. If you're really upset, be alone and talk to God. And before you do something, awful that you're going to regret, you can always talk to God, and you can always pray for your enemies. I'll call them enemies. You can pray for your enemies. Pray for the ones who are doing you wrong. Because love the person, hate the actions. You can hate what they do and hate what they say, but you gotta love the person. You gotta love the person, guys. We have to love everyone. It's not the person that's doing bad. It's the sin that's inside them doing bad. It's the devil, the sin. They're giving in to the devil. Sinning. Giving into it. And we need to pray that they get God in their lives, because that's the only thing that's going to change them. So with that being said, I'm going to end today's vlog. Dottie's getting restless here, so I gotta go see what she wants. And then I will be making a Bible reading video for you guys. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I love you guys. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. And God willing, I'll see you guys soon with another vlog. Bye guys. God bless.